everyone, it's Tammy, and today I'm going to make chicken Alfredo in my Instant Pot. So I have my Instant Pot on and it's on saute right now. I'm just going to put about 2 tablespoons of oil on the bottom of it, and then you can just zhuzh it around a little bit to make sure it's all coated. Then I'm going to add my chicken because I want to brown my chicken. And I have about 2 pounds of chicken breast that I have cut up into pieces. Just washed my hands, and I'm going to let that do its thing. Use a little wooden spoon, kind of spread it out a little bit. And I have not made this before, so I'm hoping that it's as good as it sounded. I found it online or on Pinterest, and I'm not really sure who to give it credit for, but I'm sure you can find similar ones online too, because I know that Six Sisters had one, I know that Plain Chicken had one, and I just found out how long you had to do it in the Instant Pot, and I think that I'm good there. So with this, you're also going to need some garlic powder, which I haven't gotten yet, minced garlic, a quart of chicken broth, which I'm going to make with this, a pint of whipping cream, and I'm not even sure what a quart is. I think that that's probably 2 of these, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of chicken broth, a pound of penne, so this is my penne pasta, parmesan, and I have 6 ounces here, and then I have some more. I have some mozzarella in the fridge that I'm probably going to use as well. Let's see, I'm going to get my garlic powder, and as this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and season it with some garlic powder and some minced garlic. We like it a little garlicky up in here. We keep the vampires away for sure. Isn't that right? And don't they not like, I think that's right. And then some salt and pepper. And the salt is over here. Smells really good. Stir it around a little bit. I want it to kind of cook, not exactly all the way through, but most of the way. So again, it's just on saute, and this makes it a nice, easy kind of a meal. Now I do need to get a spoon out for my better than bouillon. That's how I make my broth. I would probably prefer if I had all Parmesan, but I don't, so I'm going to have to use some mozzarella, and it will be just fine. And this is pretty much a dump and go kind of a recipe once you get the chicken done. my heavy whipping cream. We'll have that ready. Just getting it all ready. Because you're even going to put the pasta in here, so that's why you need so much liquid. I'm going to move this around a little bit again. I think you can see inside. And you could leave it, like, I don't know, however you want your chicken. I like it in little pieces. First, I think it cooks a little bit better. And second, we would want it that way anyway, so I don't mind. Okay, I'm going to look at my recipe again, just make sure. Garlic powder put in there, garlic, chicken broth, heavy cream, penne, parmesan. Yeah. So, this is actually going to be pretty easy. Once I get this done, I'm going to add everything else to it, including the pasta, and put the lid on and let it cook for 6 minutes. So the chicken will continue to cook, but I just want to make sure that I get it pretty well cooked. Now, and this is going to be a recipe from start to finish for you guys, except for I won't have it going while it's cooking the 6 minutes, but between now and then you'll see how long it takes in entirety. So I think that's kind of fun sometimes. So how you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. It's Saturday and I am happy about that. We went to lunch today, one of our favorite restaurants. That was fun. Hadn't been there since February. And I still have lots of leftovers, but Dennis is going to go fishing tonight with one of his buddies, so I needed to feed him early. So it is, well, it's 5 o'clock, 5:18 right now. So maybe I'll remember to tell you what time it is when I'm actually serving it up. But almost done with this. I think it's actually probably fine to go ahead and put everything in now. So once that's all done, I am going to add my garlic. I already did that. I'm going to add the heavy whipping cream. And then I'm going to fill this with water twice. For the chicken broth. So there's once. Twice. And I don't measure anything really, but that's going to mean a big old chunk of, because it's a teaspoon per cup, so oh no, I'm just going to put a bunch of chicken broth in here. So I'm going to also put my penne in. And then I'm going to put the lid on. I'm not going to put the cheese on yet until the end. And I'll stir that in. Trying to get all of that yummy goodness off. Okay. Sorry, my husband is a mess. So I'm going to add my pound of pasta, and I do want to make sure that it's all covered. And I might go ahead and just add just a hair more liquid. I'm adding about half of another container. So let's see, I'm using about 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, probably about, I don't know, 40 ounces-ish of water or chicken broth. So now I'm going to put my lid on. Oops. Whoops. Let's see here. There it goes. So now it's closed. I'm going to turn it off, then turn it on manual and go to 6 minutes. I might have a pasta thing, but I don't see it. So I'm just gonna go to 6 and leave it. Make sure it's on sealed and not vent. And I'm just gonna let this thing go and it's gonna warm up and then do the 6 seconds and then I can do a quick release. So I will be back when that starts. And actually, because it was on saute, it's already on. So how fabulous is that? All right. All right, so once it's done its thing, you can do a quick release on it. Let all that steam come up. Woo, and it's flattering. I guess be careful when you do the quick release on this because it's pasta. Lots of starch. Holy cow. I know no one warned me of that. All right, I think it's about done. Oh no, it's not done. I'm not kidding, this went everywhere. And my little water thing is full back here. Not full, but it has water in it too back there. My goodness. You know, if I were to do this again, I'm going to say to let it cool by itself for at least 10 minutes and then do the quick release maybe. Or maybe just let it do its thing and do a natural release, because that is crazy. This is like sopping wet now. Not sopping, I guess. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I mean, seriously, there's stuff all over everything. I'm just waiting for the little, you can see the silver thing is raised. I want it to pop down. And as soon as it does, that means that I can open it and add the cheese and stir it all up. I might bring it a little bit closer to me so I can see what we got going on in here. Okay. You see that? It does smell really good. Oh my goodness. Well, the pasta isn't stuck on the bottom. It does look like it's done, but it needs to thicken up. So let's add my 6 ounces of Parmesan, which it should be 8 ounces of Parmesan, so I'm going to add a couple ounces of mozzarella. And then I'm just going to stir this all in, and it should melt. I mean, it should be obviously, well, not obviously, but it should be hot enough to melt all this. I'm going to use a rubber spoon now. I got some cheese in there. It'll be hard to get off in the wash. That's all right. I think it's all right. Come on now. So it is 5:55 now, so it does take a little bit of time. And I do want it a little thicker, so I'm hoping that it will get a little thicker as it cools. So I'm not going to put the lid back on it. I'm going to add a little bit more of this cheese, I believe. I'm just going to add it all because why not? And I'm going to add some more pepper. It does smell really good, and it looks pretty good, except for it needs to get a little thicker to look like Alfredo. So I'm just going to let it sit here. I mean, it's still, I don't think it's boiling anymore, but it's still very, very hot. I've never seen it do that before, but I haven't used it a ton yet, so I've never cooked. Well, I don't want to say never. I don't believe I've ever cooked pasta in here, but I do know that you can make some mean macaroni and cheese, people have told me, so I'm going to try that sometime too. I'm going to get a noodle and some of the sauce. Oh man, it's good. It's got a fabulous flavor. It just needs to thicken up some. So I'm going to let it sit here for a little bit, and then I will return, I don't know, in 5 or so minutes, and let's see how it looks then. Okay, it is now 6:03, so it's been about 5 more minutes, and it's thickened up a little bit. It's still not a lot, but if you remember, I put a little extra liquid in there too because I was a little bit nervous about it, so maybe it doesn't need that extra liquid. But I'm going to go ahead and dish some up. It's going to be a little bit more liquidy than normal fettuccine, or normal Alfredo, I guess. But it looks really good. And I'm gonna get a little piece of chicken in this one. Chicken and cheese and noodle. I hope you guys try this one, because even though it wasn't a total success in the way that I did it. It's a total success in the way that it tastes, which is way more important. So, yay. I say this is a win. And I say I hope that you guys try it because you will like it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.